Cavecast, the uncensored show for nerds of all kinds.
Chokehold, the first whole verse is very interesting. It's not even just opening lines like he sometimes, well, not sometimes, always does, but the fact of when we were made and it was no accident.
Yeah.
So I almost take that as the fact of when we were made, when you and I were made to be, we were made to be together. This is not an accident. That's why I stand here so many times, day in and day out. Like he believes that this is just his life.
Yeah.
And that, and the fact of that we were tangled up like branches in a flood. And then the fact of here, I never gave the thought of how many times he talks about blades.
Yes. Especially now with Damocles too.
Sure.
Yes.
Now that's, you can argue the fact of that is its own story and its own reasoning for
it is, but it's just interesting that he still kept that for one of his singles, you know.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then and then a sacred guardian. So like it's just there's a lot to this first verse that is very would convicting be the right word? Like I don't know how to explain it. Like he's very much saying like, dude, this is it, and I've done a lot, and I've shown, like I've shown you day in and day out that this is it.
Yeah.
But the fact that you have me in a chokehold. It's the fact of almost that same thing where he knowingly sees and knows things, says them out loud.
Yeah. He's acknowledged his situation so many times,
and it doesn't matter. It still has him, even though missing limbs or not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how the fuck do you still choke somebody when you got missing limbs? Well, it's verbal.
Yeah.
It's your presence. It's not everything has to be physical. You know, there's a lot that goes into, because I'm staying with the guys. I'm staying with the line of how we took the lore and stuff, because again, newer things have been happening, and maybe tweaked a few ideas for myself.
Sure.
This is where I still feel like this trilogy is definitely relationship based.
Well, especially as that I think we both agree that the more that we have been able to dive into Arcadia and get feedback from the audience and everything, is that no, even in Arcadia is its own story. Like it's like
agreed.
I think that there's a lot of things that could fit both.
I think that there are some undertones of lore.
Yes, but I think that with doing this intro, man, like I think that there's something very interesting about the way that he says that, is that when we think about, like, take each of these moments in the beginning of this verse, is that when we were made, okay, creation, like not necessarily creation of the world, or maybe that's what he's saying, but in the creation of what is us and the fabric of us, we were tangled up like branches in a flood.
Yeah.
Like it's that imagery is something that when I heard that, I thought to myself, okay, only Vessel could write something like that. But secondly, it's like when you think of the implication, it's like, what is that? It's dirty, it's messy, it's wet, it's uncomfortable, it is sharp, it's splintered, it's like all these things. And it's like, it's this this consistent thing that he has done through the intro of every single album, is he gives us exactly where he is. He does not sugarcoat anything, whether it is sundowning of you're here, and that it kind of starts off maybe in a somewhat positive way. It's arguable in different cases, but then we get to Tomb, and then it's like, oh my God, did he self-harm because of what happened in Sundowning?
Yeah.
Now he's like, it's almost kind of like, in my opinion, Eden is like, it really is like the acceptance. It's like he's accepted that this will never be the same once we get to, or it will never be what he wants it to be by Euclid. But I think it's like there's this acknowledgement here of, then he's like, no, I know what you're doing. You got me. This, it's like I'm stuck again.
Even if it hurts me, even if I can't sleep, show me the way.
Yeah,
like.
He's willing to abandon sleep now, even if I can't sleep.
I was just about to say that, where it's the fact of and sleep is still confusing me on what and or whom, or I'm pretty sure that now I'm taking the fact of that sleep is like there really is no gender, but I think that might be the he side, not when he returned, like what you meant to him, but like I think that that's the male side of when people have talked about that he's referred to sleep as a him. But yes, he is willing to abandon that because he feels some type of way about this relationship that, or this woman or whatever, or this throuple or this married one, whatever it is. And it's that, yes, that was what got me too, was when no sleep and it hurts me.
Yeah.
Those are two major things that you are sacrificing the thing that you like kind of yearn for, and then also willing to take pain.
Yeah.
And again, you're saying this out loud. So you knowingly know, man, this is no, oh my God, this is you're standing 10 toes down and willing to watch that train come just hit you.